Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to my channel, Do Ministry Gaming, and today I'm going to do a little bit of a follow-up from yesterday's video where I said we're all probably richer than we think we are. So if you haven't checked yesterday's video out yet, make sure you go and do that. I have a link in the description below. But the basic premise of that video was that we all probably have a little bit more currency than we think we do because we oftentimes just focus on the exalted orbs and the chaos orbs primarily, or really anything that's on this currency tab. And even then, we don't think about a lot of the stuff that's just kind of sitting there building, like alteration orbs and ancient orbs and sextants and what have you. And so the first thing I did when I logged in today was I just sat down in my hideout and started to sell everything that I kind of listed out yesterday that had a bunch of value that I wasn't going to use and was just going to have sitting there. And this is what I ended up with. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 times 12, 840, 850, 857 chaos orbs worth of stuff that I sold. And the total time it took me to do that from beginning to end, from having nothing listed to everything sold, was 43 minutes. I started a timer and I ended up with 857 chaos orbs. And so everything sold really quick. And I'll just walk you through kind of what I did. So if you recall yesterday, I went through the different tabs. The currency tab I didn't touch at all. I didn't do any kind of currency conversion because I actually do literally use pretty much every currency that is in the currency tab in its form, including Orb of Unmakings and Orb of Horizons and Divine Orbs and all the stuff. Everything except for maybe Ancient Orbs. I actually only had one this morning, but I ended up with 5 today after some ultimatums. And so I'll probably end up selling those at some point, but pretty much everything else I use. So I didn't do any of those conversions. But if you're someone who doesn't use things like alteration orbs or fusing orbs, I would recommend getting them off your hands and converting them into the cold hard cash that you can use right away, like chaos orbs and exalted orbs. Actually, there was one thing, and that was these rogue markers down here. I think in yesterday's video, I had around 20,000 of these, maybe. And again, these are not especially rogue markers. They're not anything that I pick up actively. I only click on them when it's convenient and close by. Even if they're slightly far away, I don't even go after them. And somehow I still ended up with a stack of 20,000. So I imagine you have a bunch yourself as well. If you are like me and you do not heist, you probably have a stack of these. And they do sell quite nicely. It was the first thing that I sold, and they sold almost immediately. I sold them at 350 per chaos, and so I sold to one person 17,500 rogue markers for 50 chaos right off the hop. I think I got a pretty good rate because I was selling the bulk or something, but it was a very quick and easy sale, and right away I was up 50 chaos just like that. Fragments was kind of where I started yesterday, and I showed a scarab tab, and so I sold a lot of the scarabs that I have now. All the legions sold, all the breaches sold, pretty much all the gilded stuff sold. I didn't list the torment, parandus, and shaper stuff. They weren't worth that much, but all the sulfite scarabs sold, all the bestiary scarabs sold, and almost all of the gilded scarabs sold that I had listed, and that was a bunch of value. I didn't list any breach items because I was using them for the invitations, and I didn't list any general fragments because I do Uber Elder, Shaper, and Uber Elder, and any kind of 5 ways, and I plan to do this Maven sometime soon. So it was really only the scarabs that I had sold. Essences was a big one. What I did there was I just upgraded all the essences to as high level as I could. So that would be just hit this upgrade button here and upgrade them as high as you could. I picked up a few cents. I sold everything. But basically, my essence tab, I upgraded everything, and I had deafening essences for every single essence on the page before I started selling them. And they all, literally all of them, ended up selling within the 43 minutes that I was selling them. So essences sell insanely fast. There's actually like 2 or 3 people who are just out buying all the essence. I think I sold half of them to literally 2 different people. And so essences are going like crazy right now. And oh, also what I did was with the Awakened PoE trade. And if you're not familiar with that, what that is, that's just an in-game price checker or overlay price checker. And I do have a video on that if you're curious about that tool as well. It's highly recommended. But basically, all I did for all the items was I pulled up the Awakened PoE trade value and I listed it at the value that it suggested, literally for every single item. And as soon as I listed them, pretty much they were selling. And so if you're a little more patient, you can probably sell them for a little bit more. I had like 3 or 4 of each of these essences. And so, you can sell them bulk or whatever. But I literally just sold them for whatever the Awakened PoE trade listed them as. And they sold fairly quickly. And so, like I said, in 43 minutes, I was able to sell everything. So essences was a ton of value. Fossils, all of these top 2 rows were entirely populated, and everything that was worth more than 1 chaos, I listed and sold, except for corroded fossils because I do plan on using those. But everything that was worth more than 1C, I had listed and ended up selling. And serrated also. This actually does sell. Lots of people were messaging me, but for some reason, I didn't end up selling it. I think I plan to use these as well. And then for the catalysts, I have picked up a little bit since I sold everything as well, but I didn't sell much in terms of catalysts. I am going to use the prismatic and the fertile stuff. I did sell a few tempering catalysts, and I think that was really it when it comes to catalysts. And blights, I didn't have anything in blight cell other than an opalescent oil. But like I've been talking about, if you have blighted maps, tons of people are doing blight right now, and the maps are selling like crazy. Pretty much any red tier blighted map is like 40 chaos, so they've been selling like crazy. And then finally, I had 75 simulacrum splinters that I sold for 50C. So I didn't even sell everything. And if I did, I'm pretty sure I had over 1,000 chaos worth of stuff. It was really just the scarabs, the essences, and the fossils, and the delirium splinters. And I ended up with 857 chaos in 43 minutes of sitting in my hideout and sorting out the trades. So it really doesn't take that long. All you have to do is just hunker down and do it. And just say to yourself, I'm going to spend half an hour and do it. And quite frankly, in the first half an hour, I was pretty much, 90% of the way through it. There were some straggler trades that, weren't as high demand, that was, kind of waiting around and really slowed down. But honestly, most everything else sold as soon as I listed it. I couldn't even keep up with the tells. And so, it's just a matter of sitting down for half an hour to an hour, something like that, and just saying to yourself, okay, I'm gonna do it, and the results can be pretty nice. All right, so that's it, guys. I just want to put a quick video together for everybody to do a follow-up from yesterday's video and really, I guess, walk the talk, right? Instead of just saying it, also showing that I've done it, and it is actually a lot of value. This is actually even more than I thought. I knew yesterday we talked about with all the excellence calculations, it was 1,000 chaos, but I didn't actually think I was actually going to get close to that value, but I did 857, and again, only because I was selling stuff that I wasn't going to use. So much of this stuff I am going to use, and so I didn't actually sell, even though there had that value there. So it was really great result. I'm happy that I sat down and I did it. And if you're going to do it, now is the time. Everyone's buying everything, whatever people's strategy is. If they're just sitting there essence crafting, they're buying stuff. If they're fossil crafting, they're buying stuff. If people are running breaches, they're buying their breaches. Everybody's buying their own thing now, and the market is very vibrant. And so if you're gonna do it, now really is the time. In a couple weeks more, a lot of the stuff that is selling quite quickly and for quite a bit is all gonna die down probably a little bit as the league goes on. So I'll leave it at that, guys. I'll have links in the description below for both the Awakened PoE trade tool as well as the video I posted yesterday that talks about what exactly is selling and what the value of some of these things are. Thank you so much for watching, and as usual, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. I also stream on Twitch Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. times are in the description below. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.